am I supposed to look? There. Hi everyone, welcome to my studio. My name is Talika and I'm a watercolor artist and a paint maker. I'm going to try and show you some simple techniques of making quick watercolor illustrations that you can do over a quick coffee break. So they're not going to take you anything more than 10 minutes. So grab all your art supplies, put them in your bag, go to a nice little coffee shop, put your headphones on, and let's get painting. So today we're going to be painting some popsicles. It's a nice warm day and all I'm thinking about is ice cream. So let's get started. So the first thing you'll need is some materials. You'll need a paintbrush, I'm using number 4, a palette, some paints, and 2 jars of water. You'll also need some watercolor paper. I'm using an A5 sheet. This is cold press, but you can use your sketchbook or whatever you have. I'm going to use 4 colors today. You can find these colors on my website. I'll link it down below. I'm going to spritz it with some water first just to activate the paint. I'll start with a quick sketch of the popsicle. Try and sketch this as light as you can. It's okay if you can't draw too light. You can always use a kneaded eraser to get rid of the pencil lines. I'm also going to add the word summertime on the bottom. I'm also going to be mixing my colors onto a palette just because the technique we're using today is blending. I want them to be of a nice juicy consistency, and this way it also helps me to not run out of paint in the middle of painting, so I'm not scrambling and mixing around paint while my painting is drying. They're nice and ready. Just wanted to show you the consistency. I'm starting with a magenta at the bottom of this popsicle. So load up your paintbrush, but make sure that it's not a puddle when you put it down onto the paper. You should be able to see the texture of your watercolor paper through. I'll show you in a bit what that looks like. You see that? Now I'm going to add the second color on top, very carefully. There's no need to be too perfect with the lines. It's just a quick little illustration. I'm leaving a little space on the left just to look like a highlight. And as I come to the edge of the magenta, I'm very slowly dabbing on the yellow. So don't drag too much, don't mix too much. The water will do the work for you. There you go. And as that dries, you'll see that's going to blend beautifully. For the second popsicle, I'm starting with a turquoisey blue. I don't know, I like to think it's like a blue lime flavor. I don't know what flavor that is. But I think it's a pretty summer color. For this popsicle, we're using 3 colors. So start exactly like how you started the previous one. Now I'm going to add yellow. I start on the top and then blend in the middle. There's lots of ways to do blending, but this is what I find easiest for beginners. Then just dab very gently. You don't want to blend too much, otherwise it's going to end up looking muddy. Now as you can see on the yellow bit, I have a little bit of water that I don't exactly need. So I'm going to lift it up by very slowly drying my brush. So you want to dry your brush completely and then pick up that little puddle. Your brush acts like a mop, remember, so when it's dry it's going to pick up the extra water. There. Now with the third color. You can see how the first one is dry and it looks beautifully blended, and the second one is on its way as well. I'm just finishing up with this stick. Now we're going to wait for these to dry completely before we outline them. So you can see as it dries, it just blends beautifully together. I'm adding a little shadow onto this stick. It's just the exact same color that I've used before. I think I just added a little brown to it, yeah. Now for outlining, I'm using the brush tip Micron pen. And I'm just going over my penciled in word. Stars here and there to balance the illustration, and make sure your popsicles are dry when you do this part. And there you have it. That's the finished illustration. What do you guys think? What should we try next? Oh, before you finish, don't forget to erase your pencil lines with a putty or kneaded eraser. I hope you guys had fun. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more tutorials. Bye!